I am forever coming up with a list of some kind. And I just got to thinking, when your girl spend too much time by herself, she get to thinking too much. But I came up with some life lessons that I wish I knew before I turned 40. And these last 16 years may have been a little bit easier. But I've learned them, and I'm here to share them with you. So if you get them early, you can do what you need to do with them. Number one, time waits for no one. Time moves so stinking fast. Time has been flying. Every time I look up, every time I turn around, it's the end of another day. It's the end of another week. It's the end of another month. Can you guys believe that we are moving into the month of September? We are already there. And it feels like it was just yesterday that I was celebrating my birthday. And that was in May. Time is flying. It doesn't wait for you. So make sure you use it wisely. Invest as soon as possible. Invest as soon as possible. And I mean invest in all things. In your health, in your retirement, in your future. Invest sooner than later. Now, I just recently picked up Susie Orman's recent book on retirement. And I've watched a few YouTube videos. And it's never too late to prepare yourself for those things. But sooner than later takes a little bit of the pressure off. Money does not solve everything. While it does solve some things, it does not solve everything. If you get a diagnosis, money is not going to make you better. If you lose a family member, money is not going to make it better. Money doesn't solve everything. While it does make things a little bit easier, depending on what we got going on and what's happening, it doesn't solve everything. So focus on the important things, not always about finances. This one is for sure. Change is constant. Nothing stays the same. And I used to be resistant to change. I like for things to stay the same. I don't really like for things to change. But I finally had to accept that that was inevitable. Things are going to change. Your body's going to change. Your attitude is going to change. Your situations are going to change. People change. And we must be flexible and ready to shift, pivot, and move whenever we need to. Because one thing's for certain, change is going to happen. Number 5, patience is everything. And it's one of the hardest things in the world to get. My grandfather told me a long time ago, patience comes through trials and tribulations. You learn to be patient because you have to. Nobody wants to be patient. We want what we want when we want it. But unfortunately, sometimes we have to be patient and wait. Patience is a virtue. So make sure that you take every opportunity to be patient. Don't rush through anything. Try to be patient. And hopefully, in trying to do so, you won't end up with the trials and tribulations that sometimes come along when we refuse to be patient. This is a big one. And I'm so grateful for it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in almost every single video, I say my grandmother told me something or my grandfather told me something. They have both been deceased almost a decade. And I still listen to everything that they ever said to me. Sometimes things come back to me that I forgot that we talked about or I forgot that they said to me. It is really, really important to talk to your elders. You want to get as much of that wisdom and guidance from them as you possibly can, because time is not promised. They will one day no longer be with us. I miss my grandparents terribly, but they instilled so much in me that I find myself sounding like them and acting like them all the time. So take the time to talk to your elders. Get to know them. Get to know their history. Understand what happened in their time and how things might be different now. And how you can utilize what they did in order to get through some of the things that we're trying to get through. The next one. Self-improvement is your greatest investment. There is no greater investment than in yourself and improving yourself and doing all the things that you need to do to be the best possible you that you can. So self-improvement is your superpower. Always be striving to be better. There's no such thing as perfect, but we want to get too close to it as we possibly can. So strive to be a better person each and every day, no matter how you have to do it, no matter when you do it. Just try to be better every single day. Put forth a little bit of effort to improve the direction that you're moving in. This is another one. I believe in working smart and not hard. You know, a lot of people believe in hard work and dedication, and that's the only way to accomplish what you need to accomplish. I don't believe that to be the case. I think we have to work smart. That means collaboration. That means asking for help. That means doing research. We don't necessarily have to grind and trying to get things done. We don't have to do that. What we need to do is work smart, be open to criticism and help. And if you don't know what you're doing, ask somebody that does. We are not the first to do anything. There's always somebody that's done it before that can answer a question for you. So work smart. Utilize your resources. Don't work hard. This is crazy. Your greatest competition is who you were yesterday. There is no need to compete with anybody for anything. You are your greatest competition. And the only competition that you pose to yourself is being a little bit better than you were yesterday. If you focus on being just a little bit better than you were yesterday and not what somebody else is doing and not having to compete, it'll make your life so much easier. You won't have anybody to compete with but yourself. And the only competition that you're waging on yourself is to be a little bit better than you were the day before. True wealth is what's on the inside of you. Now, I want my bank account to always be sitting pretty. I always want to be able to put my hands on some money if I need it. But true wealth exists right here in my heart, in my spirit. I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. And that's all that matters. As long as I have my health and my strength and my mind, you can't ask for much more than that. Now, we want money in the bank account too, because even though money can't solve everything, we do have to have a little bit of it to do the things that we need to do. Next, taking responsibility can be your superpower. It is so easy to blame other people for what's going on with us. It's so easy to blame, our situations on childhood trauma or a failed relationship or a stressful job, all of the things that we want to talk about. But the truth of the matter is, if it happened to us, we played a role in it. No matter whether we manifested it, we caused it, we participated in it, we had a role in it. So take responsibility for your part in anything and everything that happens to you, and it will give you the superpowers and the super strength you need to solve that problem and to fix whatever it is that needs to be fixed. Next, your decisions determine your destiny. Making good decisions typically leads to good outcomes. Make sure that your decisions are the best possible decision you can make. And the one way to do that is to not make decisions based solely on emotion. We have got to use some critical thinking. We have to be emotionally intelligent, and we have to make decisions. Rash decisions have cost people their lives. We cannot make rash decisions. We cannot allow our emotions to throw us into a fit of rage or discontent to where we make a decision that's going to be harmful to us. Please, please, please make the best possible decisions that you can. Try to be as wise as you possibly can. And just try to take a few minutes to sit down and think about what you're going to do before you do it. Next, anything you mismanage, you will lose. We have got to manage things appropriately. If you mismanage your time, you've wasted it. If you mismanage your money, you've lost it. If you mismanage your health, you're going to regret it. You're going to be sick. Anything that we mismanage, we lose a little bit of it. So we got to manage things as best as we possibly can. Try to manage your money. Don't overspend. Try to manage how much you eat, how much you drink, how you move. We don't want to mismanage our time. Anytime we mismanage our time, we lose. And like I said earlier, time is the greatest commodity because it is the one thing that we cannot get back. So please, whatever you do, manage your things wisely because anything you mismanage, you will lose. This is a big one. And this is one that I have had to learn a few times, kind of like the weight loss thing. But debt will rob you of your future. If you are deeply in debt, one of three things has to happen. You got to pay it off and don't get into debt again. You end up filing bankruptcy, or you end up, putting yourself in a bad situation with your credit, and then it's difficult to rebuild, especially at our ages. Or you just don't pay it and your phone is constantly ringing, things are constantly happening, and you're upset because you've gotten yourself into a situation that can sometimes be difficult to get out of. Debt will rob you of your future. If you can manage a way to not get into debt, we've got to have our basic necessities. We got to have a roof over our heads, depending on where you live. You have got to have a car to drive. You've got to have food to eat. We need to have our necessities. But there are a lot of things that we purchase that we absolutely don't need. If you guys can see behind me, it looks like a jungle. I have so many plants. I love my plants, and my plants love me. But, some things, we have to stop. You can only have so many. You have to not indebt yourself to things. You want to make sure. You want to have a vehicle. You want to have a safe vehicle, a reliable vehicle. But we don't have to have a luxury vehicle that costs us hundreds and hundreds of dollars anytime something goes wrong. When you get to this age and stage, you need to be more practical. And debt is something you need to stay away from because it will rob you of your future. You don't want to spend this phase of your life paying off a bunch of debt. And lastly, addiction will rob you of your freedom. We don't want to be addicted to anything. We don't want to be addicted to drugs. We don't want to be addicted to food. We don't want to be addicted to chaos, trauma, drama. Let's not be addicted to anything. And I was going to say let's not be addicted to anything negative, but addiction in itself is negative because addiction means that you don't have control over it. It has control over you. And it will rob you of your freedom. It will rob you of your free will to do what you need to do because you are a slave to that thing. And we don't want to be a slave to anything. I joke all the time like I have a food addiction because there are some things that I just want to eat and I eat it, even though I know I really shouldn't because I work like I don't know what to try to lose weight. So why would I turn around and stuff myself with things? You got to know this is addiction. It's an addiction to sugar. It's an addiction to carbs. You think you want it. You think you need it. And so therefore you have to have it. Addiction robs you of your freedom. Because if I get back in the habit of, giving in to all of my cravings, I'm going to be right back at 200 pounds trying to figure out how I'm going to lose weight again. If you get addicted to drugs, it can cause damage to your brain, to your relationships, to your future. You don't want to be addicted to anything. You don't want to be addicted to work. You don't want to be addicted to money. You don't want to be addicted to anything. We want to have healthy relationships with all the things in our lives. Now, I think this was like 15 things, so I'm not going to run back through all 15, but we need to make sure that we understand that time is important. We can't get it back. You need to invest wisely, and sooner than later. Change is constant. Patience is everything. Make sure you talk to your elders and, get to know them and let them provide you with as much information as they can that may help you. Make sure we are always improving ourselves and that we are working smart and not working hard. We are not in competition with anybody else but who we were yesterday. True wealth isn't inside of us. While we all want to have a little bit of money, true wealth is in here. And the more we focus on what's in here and doing what's right, the wealth will come. The money will come. We don't have to worry about that. We got to take responsibility for our parts and things and make good decisions so it doesn't dictate what happens in our futures. We don't want to make a rash decision that's going to cost us the rest of our lives. Anything you mismanage, you will lose. Debt will rob you of your future, and addiction will rob you of your freedom. Those are all things that I wish I knew before I turned 40. And maybe my life could have been a little bit easier. But I'm from the school of thought. Everything happens just the way it's supposed to. And I came out all right, even though I didn't realize all of this until I was 56 years old. So I want to give it to my nieces and my nephews. I want you guys to get these things and get them early, if at all possible. But sometimes we got to learn things on our own at our own pace, and that's okay too. But T wanted to give it to you. The seasoned lady just wanted to provide you with a little bit of information. So if I could help somebody, if I could help one single person, I've done what I came here to do. So until the next time, make sure those notifications are on, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will chat with you soon. Till the next time. Toodles.